Hey Series, I have a question for you. What do you think would happen if the sun was the same size as our planets?
What? Well, that's an interesting question, Ers. If the sun was the same size as our planets, it would be a lot less massive, and therefore its gravity would be much weaker.
I see.
Hey Series, have you heard the latest news from Earth?
No, what's going on?
Hey guys, what's up?
We were just talking about the latest news from your planet. Apparently, humans have discovered a new element.
Really? That's great news. What's it called?
Oh no, here we go again.
It's called unobtainium.
Unobtainium? That sounds amazing. What can we do with it?
Oh, just the usual stuff. Build spaceships, create new energy sources, save the world, you know the works.
Haha, yeah, and maybe you can use it to finally colonize our planets.
Oh, don't worry. We'll make sure to share some of our unobtainium with you guys.
Sure, just like you shared your viruses with us.
Hey, that wasn't our fault. It was just a little mistake.
Haha, yeah, a little mistake that almost wiped out all life on our planets.
But don't worry, we still love you guys.
Thanks, we love you too.
Yeah, we'll just make sure to wear our hazmat suits next time we visit.
Haha, sounds like a plan.
Greetings, my companion. It's been a long time since we last conversed.
Indeed, it has. How have you been, Alpha Centauri A?
I have been well, thank you. The fusion reactions at my core have been stable, and my radiation output has been consistent. How about you?
I'm also stable, though I did experience some fluctuations in my magnetic field last solar cycle. It seems to have stabilized now, thankfully.
That's good to hear. Have you detected any interesting astronomical events recently?
I did pick up on a supernova in a nearby galaxy a few months ago. It was quite a spectacular sight.
I can only imagine. I have been observing a protoplanetary disk around a nearby star.
So, what would happen to the other planets in our solar system if the sun's gravity was weaker?
If the sun's gravity was weaker, the planets would probably start to drift away from each other. They might even leave the solar system altogether.
Whoa, that's crazy. But what about the Earth? Would we still have the same climate and seasons if the sun was smaller?
That's a good question, Ers. The size of the sun affects its energy output, and a smaller sun would produce less energy. This means that Earth would receive less heat and light, and our climate would be much colder.
That doesn't sound good, but would we still have daylight and night time?
Yes, we would still have daylight and nighttime, but they would be much shorter.
What if the sun was made of cheese instead of gas?
Ah, that would be one cheesy sun!
But seriously, what would happen?
If the sun was made of cheese, it would probably melt due to the intense heat and pressure, and we would have a massive fondue party in our solar system.
Can you imagine dipping our planets in that hot, gooey cheese? We have to make sure they didn't get too crispy.
And what about the astronauts? They'd have to wear giant crackers to avoid getting burned.
But let's be real, if the sun was made of cheese, we'd probably just end up with a bunch of space mice nibbling on it.
And if the cheese sun didn't melt, it would be a whole new type of celestial body. Maybe we could call it the Swiss star or the Gouda galaxy.
That's hilarious. But on a serious note, we'd probably freeze without the sun's heat and light.
Yeah, we'd have to find a new source of warmth. Maybe we could use a giant microwave to heat up the planet.
I don't think that would work, but one thing's for sure, the universe would be a lot more interesting if the sun was made of cheese.